Go ahead. 1, 2, 3.
Go ahead.
This week on the RSL Random Fan Podcast, Tyler gets excited about the games, asks Brandt lots of questions, and Brennan makes sound effects.
All that and more. Some of it inappropriate. You'll have to wait and listen. And
Yeah,
see.
don't pull out.
Don't.
And figure out who is the most inappropriate, me, him, or him.
It's a toss-up. So listen and we'll enjoy the episode. It's another episode of the RSL Random Fan Podcast. I'm your host, Brandt Goebel, joined by
Brennan Goebel.
and
Tyler.
if you're curious, it is full episode number 211.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a lot of episodes. Yeah,
Man,
we
we really put out, don't we?
yeah, absolutely. We put out, we grind it out.
We put out just like that vacation you went on, right?
Yeah, that's
Woo!
Pineapple Cruise, baby.
right. You're supposed to flip them upside down? What do you flip upside down? I don't understand.
No
know your
one knows.
spouse?
No one knows. No.
Anyways.
Bill Biv DeVoe is the only people that can answer that question. Anyway, back to soccer.
Yeah, that girl is poison.
That's what I'm talking about.
So first, before I get too far, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. We're going to do a lot more for video, but please help us out. Subscribe. We put up a lot of video. We've been putting up a lot of post-game from the preseason, getting some info right from the horse's mouth. Pablo
Brandt's been
Mastroeni.
showing up to everything and asking really good questions. That's a really good question.
What do you do when you don't have a life? Oh, you ask questions. You follow your favorite club around and ask questions. You become annoying. You become gadfly.
I
Let's go
love
with
it. Good stuff, though. You brought out a lot of great points. Good job.
Yeah, and it's been.
I'll start contributing soon, sometime.
I would appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it.
You have to wear your hat, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Like yesterday, it was a Saturday after the pregame. My wife and I were out and about and just happened to be driving on the freeway, pulled off, sat there in the parking lot for a minute, asked some questions, and went on my way. But it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
But first things first, February 21st, the very first game of the season, we will be holding a watch party
Watch party
at
the
break.
in
In Murray.
address
4620 South. 90.
4760 close.
4760 South.
9th
9th
East in Murray. Game starts at 5:30. You can come whenever you want.
Come
but
early.
we will be giving away prizes.
What?
And some lucky fan,
No.
not us,
Don't tell me.
Nope, we're a giver, not a
Don't
receiver.
tell me. Don't tell me.
we are going to give away the new
What?
RSL kit.
The hoops kit? What do
Yeah.
they call it, Brennan?
They call it the kit that's been around.
I get around.
Just kidding.
It went
Get
to the
around,
BYU
round,
game.
round. I get
Yeah,
around.
horizontal stripes. Looks cool.
The hoops.
I don't know if they've embargoed the name, but I think they're calling it the Switchback.
Switchback. Why did that remind me of Brokeback Mountain?
I don't know. Switchback Mountain. There's a couple good hikes named Switchbacks that are,
Yeah.
Well, if you're
Pretty
going on a
famous,
hike,
yeah.
Switchback.
If you've ever gone on a hike,
Have you ever gone on a hike?
I have.
Okay, good.
I've been on one or two now. Maybe not for a while.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
No, it does have. You guys have seen it, right? It's got some really cool detail on it that you don't see at first. It looks like a hoops jersey, like an FC Dallas jersey, but you get up close. There's some detail. There's some fine stuff that really, as fans, we just love. That little tiny, the Adidas stuff in the Adidas symbol and the mountains and really cool detail in it.
We can't show you yet because we follow the rules.
Yeah, we follow the rules.
But
They asked us not to.
if you're looking around on the internet, they had a couple of guys wearing them at BYU.
Right? How did that happen?
I don't know. And then
Lord
that's kind of what it
provides a
looks
way.
like. But we do have one. I will say I am not a hoops fan. I really didn't. I don't like FC Dallas. I never liked the hoops, the theme. It just doesn't do anything for me.
Really?
But I was gonna say, this one's growing on me. I kind of like it.
Well, it's cool. I mean, it's been done, like you're saying, the hoops and stuff. It's not like it's like, wow, crazy design. It's more like, what's the intricate things in the jersey? It's one of those things where it's kind of like Braille. You have to be able to read it up close.
Well,
and this is pretty good Up close.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I wore this jersey, because it has kind of the same sleeve stripes as this all red one from 4 or 5 years ago.
Why are you still
what's this
explaining the
one say?
jersey? Stop explaining
23,
the jersey.
20, yeah, 22, 23. Anyway, okay, I'll stop explaining.
Yeah. Good
We're
arms,
moving
though.
on from the
No,
jersey.
You got some good choices.
Well, I think.
thanks.
Hey, rip out of there soon, there, big guy.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Well, we love to talk about kits and stuff, but can't talk much about this. But you will. One of you will win it.
What?
How are we gonna
Take
do
it
it? How are
home.
we gonna do it though?
We're giving it away.
We might do something like guess the score of the first game, and then if somebody gets it right, then you draw a winner from whoever gets it right.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
We've got some other things too that we're thinking about doing, competitions. The way the season breaks down, there's 15 games. Maybe we do a competition to see who guesses gets the most points right at the end of 15 games. They could win something.
Oh yeah.
Kind of follow along, and then do something at the end of the year. Whoever comes closest.
Could we get rid of that boombox? Or is that sting?
No, the
No,
RSL
no,
bump box boom box is never leaving. Mine.
that is really cool.
So
Anyway,
much yellow.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I think they still might have them.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was
go
like
get you one.
2 in
They're
each
really
store.
fun.
Yeah,
They're hiding
cool.
in the back in
Yeah.
storage somewhere.
Show up. Show up.
Show up. They're upstairs. The break-in Murray. It'll be a great time.
Oh, and I'm still buying 10 people, the first 10 people drinks.
Really?
Yeah.
First 10 to show? Mm-hmm. So you got to check in with Brennan.
Yeah, they got to know who I am.
Oh, okay.
They
So
got to
if
go up
you
there and
don't
be like,
know,
"Hey, you said you're going to buy a drink." And I'm like, "Yep." That's
he's
me.
the good-looking one. That's how you know. So
Aw,
if Brandt or I
stop
get
it.
any solicitations, we know that you don't know who Brennan is.
I will buy drinks too, but it's Coke, Diet Coke,
Maybe some Pepsi. If you're
Pepsi.
feeling edgy.
I draw the line at root beer. That's it. No, we're not going to get crazy. It's
No
just
Orange Crush for
No,
sure.
no,
That's
it's
way
just-
past the line.
no. We're not going to get crazy. We just I gotta drive. Can't be drive Orange Crush. Oh.
Has caffeine in it. Who knew?
Whoa.
Says the people
Sun
who go to
kissed.
Swig anyway.
Yeah.
All right,
Right.
so all of that out of the way. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that button, and
It's going to be a great time.
going to be a great time. So we wanted to maybe get caught up, do a little bit of a reminder of who isn't going to be on the team from
This
last
is
year.
our solemn part where we
In
all kind
memoriam.
of put our hand on our crest and Brennan plays a solemn tune and Tyler talks us through life. The hardness of leaving and breakups.
And just imagine
actually gonna
this
miss-
section is in black and white.
Yes. And there's a nice trumpet playing in the background. Great setup, Brennan.
Thank you.
So who's going to read the list? Who? Brennan. I think Brandt wants to do the list, right? You want?
Well, no, let me say the first one.
Okay, go ahead.
So this man,
touched my soul in
He-
many ways.
he was unique. He was different. He was on the team for a very short span, but he had great corn rolls. Ryan Cruz. He could not fit in, did not probably want to fit in, and
Was paid a lot of money to
yeah,
not fit
he got
in.
loaned,
Honestly,
and we didn't even use the full length of the loan.
nope.
So
We sent him home.
we wish you the best, Ryan Cruz. Thank you for participating.
Rowan.
And Rowan,
Wow,
yeah.
wow.
Typo.
And hopefully he
Typo.
can read up on rules on set pieces. That'll be really good, just in the future. Double check the league that you go into, see if there's any different rules.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Just tackle somebody in the wall, dude. I think at that point everybody was like, "What?
playing- is
Just get him out of here."
yeah, he's watching American football or basketball, like he's boxing him out. Yeah, but it's still, if you look at the thing, the ball was going to hit the wall, even if he didn't push him. So, whatever.
The next one, Diogo. All I'm doing is cashing checks, Gonzalez.
Yeah, he was the second worst DP signing in all of club history, and I will leave open who you think the worst is. But he was no Javier Morales.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So these two players,
Deep.
RSL, they were able to, I think, cancel the loan, cancel the agreement with Ron Cruz, and they just bought out Diogo Gonzalez. How bad do you have to be as a DP to just
They're going to
have-
pay you to
Please
leave.
go
away?
Oh, dude.
But in doing so, RSL they're freed up essentially 1.8 million with Ron Cruz total compensation. 1.797.
For
So
Diogo.
nearly
Yeah,
$4 million
3.8, 3.6, something like that. Yeah,
in compensation.
yeah, that's some
That,
good dough.
They're
gonna
saving,
start
they're actually
sprinkling it
yeah.
around. Yeah.
And it freed up the DP slots.
Now, one of my favorite players that got tossed was named Brian.
Which
And
one?
We lost 2 Bryans, making it a total of 0 Bryans now on the team, which is also kind of sad.
If you know a Brian that wants to play,
Yeah.
please have them reach
Tell-
out to
tell
But he
to
also
reach
has
out
to
to
say
Brandt.
it. He has to spell it in a Utah way. It has to be
BRGIYN.
Brian with like an
Brian.
@ Q73.
It's BRIEGH and
It's like a square root over the
Brighton.
Yeah.
It's
BR
spelled Brighton, but it's spelled.
no
but it's pronounced
BRIGH
Right.
AN.
Ojeda and Vera both out. Boom. I was saddest about. I thought Vera kind of wanted to leave. I think the way he plays wasn't fitting in, and tucked in shirt Brian was ready to come out. So I think he was looking for a new opportunity. And Ojeda, I was super sad to see him leave, honestly. I was like, what are we doing? You know, before we started signing people, I was like, oh, come on. Don't just gut our team of the players we really like. He's really industrious. He did a ton of defensive work. He helped out his teammates. He was tough in the tackle. It's all the things I like to see in a defensive midfielder. And he's gone.
I think Brian Ojeda is going to be the biggest question mark. I wasn't so concerned about Vera leaving because I think he was a liability at times, although he was playing better. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that either center back, and I know I'm broken record when it comes to this, neither one of them were, MLS all-star quality, or they're solid, but they're great to have. If everybody else on your team is excellent and you just have a couple of solid center backs, that's great. But when the rest of your team isn't standout, then your center backs that are just decent can get exposed.
Well, and Brian Vera did some things that not a lot of other people could do. Like when someone came in for Ojeda, maybe they weren't as good at all the things he did as he was. They were a drop-off in a few different things, but no one could do what Vera could do. Smash the ball from outside, take
in that
free
starting
kicks
11.
like that in the starting 11. There were some other guys who could do it fairly good, but he was our best free kick taker from outside. You know what I mean? So...
And he picked up the other. Someone's got to pick up the slack, picking up the other players, carrying him
Pick 'em
around. He
up.
was kind of the enforcer. We'll see if we have that, if we brought that in, or we have that on the team.
True.
Yep.
And then some other players that weren't going to be there. Let's go through the Willie Agata. Felt bad for him. Zach Farnsworth, Zach McMath, who ended up retiring, Forster Ajago, Matthew Bell, Kevin Lambert, Tommy Silva, Jude Wellings. Those are the most notable.
I met Tommy Silva's family. Did I tell you that? Went to the high school that he actually played at in Tucson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Tyler, that's what he does. He hangs around at high schools.
Dude, that's so weird, man.
I mean, my cousin's the coach down there. Come on, man. Like,
That's his in.
Pineapple Cruises.
Tommy Silva was a senior, and my cousin's kid was a freshman. So they played on the same team, kind of. Yeah.
So, and then the other one that was kind of disappointing, Johnny Russell.
Jude Wellings.
Johnny Russell.
Matthew
I was really
Bell.
disappointed. I thought that RSL, I wasn't expecting Johnny Russell to be a contributor, so to speak, but I thought it was a giant missed opportunity to get some. They talked about it all the time where we need to have some veteran experience, and then they get a guy with a veteran experience, and they don't let him veteran.
But at risk of banging that drum too hard, because that's what we did in the offseason, was talk about all the losses. Let's now turn the table. What kind of music would you play here to trumpet in the people?
We're coming back into color.
Yes. Bugs Bunny's so proud of you. Thank you for your musical prowess. I appreciate
I used to
that.
beatbox on my spare time.
Nice. All right, you want to do the incoming?
Incoming, we got, what's his name again?
Where are you going to start?
Oh, do you want me to start at the top?
You start wherever you want. Who's your most exciting player you see coming in?
The most exciting guy that I'm excited for is Van Parker.
Whoa, big VP.
This guy is going to be on Tyler's list here real soon. He's a homegrown, very young.
But Canadian.
Yeah, he's Canadian, but he's been in the academy for, 3 years? Something like that. He's yeah.
Is that bad to be Canadian?
No, but he's not going to play for the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
No,
so-
no. I'm just talking about homegrown.
Yeah, he's a homegrown
Yeah.
for sure. He's been a stud on the just younger academy team.
Yeah, but he's a baller, man.
Yeah,
and
he
especially
is.
getting a freaking MLS contract at
Yeah,
his age. Like,
that
that's-
team is really good too. They've got 4 or 5 kids that'll make RSL, I think.
Yeah, he reminds me of what's the guy we sold to Mexico?
The lefty.
No. He was like 17, 18. Oh my gosh.
Not Palacio.
Not Palacio. Really young kid.
Yeah.
Not last year.
Oh, yeah.
Left-footed.
He was only here for 6 months.
6 months and
Yeah.
we sold him for like
Sold him
$2
for
million or something. Yeah. What's his
He's
name?
the lefty. He played over there with Catranas for a little bit. Yeah, that guy.
I can't remember.
He's already fading from memory.
That's so sad.
Isn't that so sad? And then he came back and played with like DC United one game.
Oh yeah, but then he was on the
Kinda
bench. That
floated.
felt really bad
Yeah,
for him.
he never really did much from there. Anyway, good selling.
No, but the real one here is that Morgan Giavogi. Hopefully he doesn't come with any baggage, like you were saying in the previous podcast. You were talking about how his team Lens wasn't really too sad to see him go, kind of like a Diogo situation. But doing a little bit more study with him, I mean, he's got some Bundesliga goals. He's got some pretty stout play on some really big teams. So hopefully, even if he has some baggage, he's got a big enough suitcase to carry it all, you know?
Well, and a lot of guys that have come to MLS and been MVP candidate type players had baggage overseas. Like they didn't cut it, right? Like Acosta, for example, he was too little. He got pushed around too much. He comes here, thrives, right? So there's been guys, Chicho, Cucho, right? There's been a lot of guys who have gone overseas and not made it and come back here and done well. So hopefully he's that kind of guy.
He was at St. Pauli, too, and the St. Pauli fans really loved him.
That's good. He looks like he's a fire, too, especially I think he would gel really well with Gozo's style because he likes to be on the ball, and it looks like he's not one of those that wants to have to pass and do things. Like he's okay being isolated somewhere and making a move on somebody because he was in the box quite frequently in most of the games I watched, so it was impressive.
And Kurt Schmidt talked about him kind of playing off Olatunji.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
And, Olatunji being the guy up top and maybe holding stuff up and having everybody else run off Olatunji and create chaos behind him. So
the tent pole.
Wait, so that kind of sounds like Olatunji's going to be the 9 and Morgan here is going to play left and Gozo's going to play right?
yes, and I think
But they also mentioned Gozo was like a wingback in that one. Like
I think
wingback.
they
Depends
are.
on the formation that they use.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and be really creative and kind of let people play around with
Total football.
total football. More like a
Transition
probably
play.
like a 3-5-1-2, something like that. However that breaks up.
Wow.
So you got maybe 2 guys up top, and I think they want to get Luna as the 10 and kind of have him be the playmaker and kind of put it on him.
Interesting.
But they talk about all these things, and then every season, preseason, and then
Then what happens? We play it up the side and we throw the ball in the box. Yeah.
4-4-2, and then
And
there's
they'll
this-
whip it in and the 4-2-2-2-2-2.
Well, if you think about it from a tactical point, this is probably the most exciting preseason based on the fact that they are going to literally change their tactics drastically. Like they're going to be like, hey, we're going to go all in on this. Our transfers are replicating the style we want to play now. And it's like, okay, great, let's do it. But then you watch the preseason games and you're like, I think this might be a little bit of a fumble right now, unless we kind of just bite the bullet, take those first 4 or 5 games and just kind of.
See, that's what I think's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, well, Morgan wasn't here in preseason.
Yeah, they're gonna
wait
find
till he gets
something.
up to speed. Have some faith. Let's see how this goes down the road. And I can't say otherwise because you can't just throw a guy in and expect him to just, kill it right away.
No.
Well, let's
If he does, great. But if not, Yeah, but let's get through everybody else.
Yeah, before we talk about, because there are some concerns we want to talk about so far. So we got Morgan Guilavogi. That's my guess. Juan Sanabria.
Wait, Juan Sanabria? Is he in?
He is.
He's in?
The Uruguayan.
Uruguayo?
Yeah.
Sanabria, he's coming, huh? It hasn't been announced yet. We're pre-announcing the
No,
announcement.
but he was in town.
Oh, okay.
Well, all reports, Tom Bogert said it. All reports. So if Tom Bogert said it, then
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Good old Tom, Uncle Tom.
Because there were some that I think there were.
He said a couple other ones too that haven't happened. So.
Yeah, like I think Juan Arias. There was another guy that they were talking about, but it was going back and forth. There were some folks at his home club. Where'd he come from? Sanabria.
I don't know.
His home club that.
Till they announce him,
Santos.
I don't want to break my heart. I don't want to start diving deep into him. So this is how I protect my heart.
So there was kind of some competing reports that he was headed back to his home club, and other reports followed that say no, he's headed to Salt Lake to get his medical and all that stuff doing it. So
we'll see.
Just following Tom.
And that's on
Bogert.
Arias.
That's on Sanabria.
Arias. Sanabria's in.
Sanabria, he's the one that should be coming in.
Okay.
Getting
Arias
his medical.
is probably out.
Yeah.
Well, they said there was a lot of issues. Like there was like a lot of going back and forth. It wasn't like a really clean thing.
Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, oftentimes we've seen it many times where, not only with every team, but with RSL, where a player might be using the threat of the move,
right,
to leverage a better deal
somewhere
where
else.
he's at. So other players coming in, Lucas Engel, he
played the full preseason, right?
Yep, and
pretty much locked down that left back spot.
He's a surprise though. Like that, I didn't expect RSL to actually sign this guy because I thought it was like we were saying before. It was like okay, we just had Katranis resign, we had Junca, and it's like Engel was kind of used as a piece, but no, he's sticking around, and we're going to be stout on the left side.
Isn't Sanabria left-footed too?
Yeah, man.
It's like 5 left-footed, left-sided players.
If we run a 3-5-2, it'll make sense.
Well, or if one of them can play center defensive mid.
Yeah, that's true. But there's going to be a lot of
or
pivots.
Center back.
A lot of pivots.
So many pivots.
It's going to be a lot of pivoting.
And a lot of wingers too, from what I see there. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
also Sergey Solans.
Who plays where? Where does he play on the field?
He's more of a forward.
Yeah.
He's up top.
Yeah, he had a really good assist.
Didn't he play the 9 in
Tyler
preseason?
Wolf in the full game.
He played at the very top in the preseason.
He got that sweet back pass to T. Wolf.
Oh, that's the
who
one.
had the tap in. Yeah.
RSL drafted him, and then he went back to college and just tore it up.
Yep.
Scored a bunch of goals, and now they've got him playing. Stein Spirings.
I think he's the dark horse here. The Netherlands national. I think he's going to come in and be way better than we ever thought he would. And
he's going to be sitting in that spot that we are deeply concerned about with Brian Ojeda, right?
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
So is he going to do exactly what Brian did? Probably not. Talking to Kurt and the coaching staff, they talked about him doing a little bit more or maybe a little bit different and be more of a connector and better with the ball at his feet. But we shall see. And then Zach Booth, young man coming back.
Bring him back. Academy kid. Utah born.
Chance Cowell, also a young kid.
Yeah, we made the trade for Chance. We've already talked about that on the pod before, and Zach both. But I'm excited to see these young kids get a chance. Probably when everybody else is away on national team duty or something, right? They might get a game here or there, and that'd be great for them.
And I wanted to go back to Van Parker. The reason that Tyler isn't going to like him as much because he only likes the kids from Utah.
That's
true.
Yeah,
he's Canadian.
So
he's got a big maple leaf tattooed on his chest. Oh, wait. Did you guys not know about that? No. Just kidding.
Bro, you need to stop hanging out in high school.
I was just going to say, you're the one in high schools.
Hit the showers. No,
the
Tyler's in there.
up-and-comers, come on. Come on.
And then RSL signed Griffin Dilling to an MLS contract. Diogo Rocio.
That was short.
Signed him to a contract, and now they've loaned him out to Club America. Great move for him.
Yeah,
who wouldn't want to play? That's the biggest club in Mexico.
Yeah.
So good for him.
And Rocio was 17, 18, just barely.
Yeah,
turned,
He's like
right?
17. And
Yeah.
then Antonio Arkelme, he got a
he's the
RSL contract. But he's not a...
He hasn't come into camp yet, right?
No, he's a kid.
Right. Yeah,
But he's in the
barely
Monarchs.
18. I
Yeah,
think.
he just barely came up.
Yeah, he's with the Monarchs.
He's probably going to play with the Monarchs all season. He'll score 12 goals, and then they'll bring him up next year.
And he's not an international.
Right, even though he has Chilean heritage
Yeah.
and could play for the Chilean national team.
So anybody else we missed, let us know if there's people we've missed talking about that aren't with us, but will be with us this season. And we do have the one DP. Morgan is going to be that DP. That means we have an opening for a designated player. And I think I was listening to...
Because we bought our one DP out that we had, right? And then we signed Morgan right behind it. So,
And listening to Kurt and Pablo, the thought process is leaving it to see what happens until the summer window and maybe see what they need. Although
see how this group works out.
this current window is open until March 23rd.
I don't know. You're the one that tracks that better than me.
I was tracking it, but there's
I'm
still
on it.
time. There's still time. I think it's April 23rd.
Okay.
But Brennan will double check. But there's still time in this current transfer window to maybe bring somebody else in. But the thought process
26th
of
March.
March 26th. The thought process is we'll see what happens, and then leaves ourselves some flexibility in the window.
Now, one of the things that you asked Pablo was, hey, who do you see as standouts so far? And I loved his answer. Kind of take us through that.
One of them was really surprised was Sergey Solanas. The guy just multiple times after the preseason post games, he's mentioned this kid, and he's really high on him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a Spaniard. But does he speak good English? Have we ever heard him speak? Has he been on any...
I haven't heard him,
Post-games
but
or-
he's a college kid. So
How does Noel feel about that?
Noel is another one. He's been getting a ton of accolades
From Pablo, mostly.
from
right?
Pablo. Pablo said that Noel
Compared him to himself.
Yeah, he said I compare him to me, but 10 years ahead of me.
Wow.
So Noel Caliscan he is Pablo's boy. Mm-hmm. See what happens when you take out the garbage, you run over. And,
Hey,
No, he seems like he is. I actually chatted with him one time after the
18
game,
with him after the
and he
the
just
golf
seems
course.
like a great kid.
Nah, he does. Yeah, for sure. Keeps us humble, keeps his workman-like mentality. I think that's relatable for sure.
And then another player that's kind of stood out that was pointed out to Pablo, and he really agreed, was Tyler Wolff. Tyler Wolff's had a really...
I was hoping so, man, because he has some really good qualities. I think he just
Yeah, I
got
do
tempo shock or just the stage fright on all those games. Because, I remember when you said the F word. That was like the highlight of the season. When Tyler Wolff got isolated, was it like Austin or somebody like that?
Yeah.
He got like isolated
Against
and
his brother.
and he didn't know if he was going to like pass it or shoot. And this guy drops the F-bomb and I'm like, whoa.
It's just like,
This
don't
is so
be
rare.
so indecisive.
Dude.
You have to be
Ball.
decisive, right? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's got good qualities other than his
Yeah.
eyebrows, because his eyebrows are on fleek.
And then in a lot of the post games and the preseason, everybody wants to focus on the new guys. What's new? And I did ask Pablo after one, is there any of the veterans that have been standing out? Mm-hmm. And Cabral, he's standing out. Another one was Justin Glad. He really had high praise for Justin Glad, and he's been great back there. I think the other
And
one...
he's playing center defender versus inside left defender or inside right defender, right? Where he switched back and forth a little bit, but it's played primarily as right central defender, which going to a back three, you're in the center a little bit more. You're more centralized. You're more of a leader. You got to be more vocal. Like it changes a little bit the way he's going to play. And he's got Engel and probably Yedlin on the right. Yeah. So those three, if those three can lock it down, which they pretty much did. When those three were in preseason, nobody scored on us. So that's impressive.
No, it's a bigger role for him. It's an absolutely bigger role for him.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's going to take this season a little bit more consistent, because I think that's his biggest goal, is to stay consistent through all the ups and downs, because RSL is going to have a lot of those this season, and he kind of didn't do his best this last season. He kind of had some ebbs and flows that didn't go his way. So hopefully he's starting to just focus on that consistency.
So what are your biggest concerns coming in?
That is a good question. I'll share mine because I have been, like you said, I've had the opportunity to kind of call in and be on the post game and ask Pablo some questions and kind of pick his brain and trying to get him to give us some answers that aren't just, we just take it game by game. But a couple of things that really concerned me after this last game on Saturday, because everything was really positive after the first few preseason games. They're coming together. They won their first two. They beat Randers and Brondby 2-1. But then, they go up against FC Dallas and they lose.
But to be fair, FC Dallas played their A team and we played our B- team, right? It's not like we had the starting lineup in there. And
then a USL club, which I think they handled pretty good last year.
Yeah.
And then they had a draw 1-1.
Orange County
SC.
Yeah. And that was kind of our best team.
Yeah. Yeah, that they had the good players starting.
And 1-1 tie.
1-1 tie. Yeah.
So not impressive.
Well, not the whole game. They had him swap out at like the 60th minute and the 35th minute or something like that. There was a full rotation in that game.
And it is preseason. It's not a game we could watch. I'm going off the comments after the game, talking to Pablo. And then one of the things that concerned me is fitness for some of the players keeps coming up. And it used to be back in the day, if you listen to the old timers, in any sport, preseason was you come into preseason to get fit. Mm-hmm. You don't have that luxury anymore in any professional sport. Maybe curling, I don't know. But there have been some.
There's a preseason in curling?
Oh, there has to be.
I'm pretty sure everything is preseason.
Been missing out on.
Curling only happens like once every 4 years, right?
Oh, no, every year.
The street
every
has
year.
to freeze
It's
first.
every year?
Yeah.
And then you have to get your bowling ball out.
I did hear that they were going to try to put mics on them.
On the stones?
No,
Or
on the people doing the curling so they can hear them talk.
And go,
yeah, they're like, all right.
Weird. Anyway.
That was weird.
But fitness, you say might be a deal.
Fitness, it was kind of bordering on, the excuses kind of thrown in the excuses like, oh, you know what? Maybe we might not have 5 of our top players start the first game because, they're coming in late and they're not up to fitness. And there's visa issues and we haven't gelled yet.
Okay, but let's put that aside for a second. Let's say who day one will be ready to go, charged up, full fitness. Cabral, because he doesn't have to run that much. Gozo, because he can run forever. Who else? Yedlin, probably.
Yedlin's
he's a
good
professional.
dude. Yeah.
He's been here. Right?
Angle's already in shape. He's been proven in shape.
Right?
Katranis is in shape.
Junka.
Olatunji looks like he could be in shape, I think.
But he's been out. He's been disconnected.
No, that's true.
So
Did go to one of the practices, caught a few minutes of a practice earlier this week, and people like, man, what is going on with Olatunji? Looks like he's put on weight. He was impressive last year. He looks bigger and more
stronger.
Yeah, he looks like he's
like weight room shape.
Yeah, he looked like he put in the work.
Really?
Yeah. So there were some good signs there.
All right.
A couple of the ones that
we're worried about.
The ones that they're worried about. They did mention Olatunji just because he hasn't had the time, but he looked like it. I mean, there's a difference between being fit and being 90-minute soccer fit.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But Olatunji is one. They're obviously Gila Vogie, but he's been playing, right? He's been at Lens. So,
yeah,
but it is, if you're not playing, you have to.
Yeah, but who are we worried about?
You want to know my biggest concern?
Yeah.
my biggest concern it was Diego Luna.
Why?
Do you know where this guy's been doing or where this guy's been going, dude? I've been seeing him on my feeds. He
has been everywhere. And I brought it up because
Everywhere for what though? Like promo
Well, he went
stuff?
to went to a Mammoths game. He's doing the
U.S. men's national team.
yeah.
stuff.
He's kind of just living the fame right now.
Oh, okay. So you're saying he's leaning more into the style side than the substance side, possibly.
I don't know. It's possible. It's
At least that's the worry.
Well, generally, when a player like that has the ability to go do all those fun things, the other thing gets neglected. Only few people can really pull off doing a real proper
Right. Style
preseason
and substance,
and then
right.
do all that stuff. So
And
it's scary.
That's just kind of reading into it, to be totally honest. The only reason I ask it, Pablo, follow-up question, because, follow-up questions are probably good.
Yeah.
But fitness had come up with a couple of players, and Diego was one of those. And he mentioned him being about, 30 minutes, 45 minutes fit. And I asked him, well, is there a reason for that? Injury and some other stuff. And Pablo basically said that there are some stuff he's had some struggles with a bug or something. He's kind of not been healthy. And he just had some stuff up in the run-up to preseason that just kind of made it difficult for him. So I don't know. It's just a red flag in the back of my mind. I'm not saying, but he is a young kid, and sometimes, that fame bug can kind of be distracting. But it could just be absolutely nothing.
Conjecture.
Absolutely
he
nothing.
could
We're
be-
not trying to cast
He
any
could be
aspersion.
juicing. We don't even know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Juicing
so
as in fresh juice in the morning.
I just thought it was interesting that his name came up a couple of times when it came about, working their way into fitness. And
he's there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Pablo Ruiz subbed out in the 22nd minute. Did I read that right?
yeah, I saw that on Twitter because they were doing the running info during the game on Saturday. And so I followed up in the post game about that. In the 22nd minute, Pablo did say, and you can see the interviews on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, that he did say that he pulled himself out. He said he kind of felt it go in his calf. And Pablo says, usually when a player takes himself out, then it's kind of
serious.
And and then I saw an announcement that Colo had withdrawn from negotiations. So
he might be injured again.
yeah, poor guy, man.
And Colo Colo is the best team in all of Chile, just so you guys know, if you didn't already know.
So yeah, hopefully it's something minor, but man, the guy cannot buy a break, and he was looking. RSL looked better with Pablo Ruiz in the game when he played last year, much of the time. So
Yeah.
And then Emeka Anelli, the guy, he had a little bit of a knee injury. They were trying to figure it out because he hasn't.
So he had a foot in the season, right? It was something to do with the ball, his ball or something like that.
No, somewhere in the bones, kind of like a plantar fasciitis, something kind of in his foot that they worked through. But it was a knee, and he was struggling with the knee injury. They didn't know what it was, and they just kind of worked. He got the knock before they went to Portugal, the Wednesday before they went to Portugal, and they've been trying to figure it out. And there isn't any pain anymore, and so he's working his way back into fitness. But he's 6 to 8 weeks away.
Dude, man, that sucks.
So, yeah. So hopefully they get that figured out. But I haven't heard of anybody else really struggling with injuries. I think Pablo and Emeka are the two big ones, and the rest of it is just finding fitness. And I just want to go back to Diego Luna. I'm not saying that. Just saying it was just a red flag that came up.
Oh yeah.
And we're just kind of could be nothing, absolutely nothing. He's a fantastic young man who does a ton of stuff, and it was just kind of interesting that his name came up a couple of times.
All right, we ready to move on to zoom out a little bit because those are all the signings, the comings, the goings, the get yourself all stoked for these new players. And I kind of want to pull out just a little bit and get out to that 10,000-foot level. Okay, and look at because at the end of the season we went to that post game.
We gotta be careful. It's not the safest way
press
to do it.
conference. Right, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. They talked about having players that could be on the field and act as coaches, so to speak, on the field, right? Mm-hmm. More experienced players. We had a huge gap in that 26 to 30 category. We really didn't have a lot of players in there. The only one that was there was Diogo, and he wasn't the kind of player that would inspire his fellow teammates. And so just kind of looking at that, Lucas Engel, 27 years old, from Denmark International. Kind of matches Katranis, right? Who I think is the only other player that's grown into that. He's 27 as well. He's kind of more of that general on the field, kind of at least we've seen that in post-game press conferences. He come in, he answers questions, he takes ownership of, what happened, results, stuff like that. Really, I think he's growing into that role too. And then Sten Spridlings, 29.
Stein. I think it's Stein.
Oh, Stein. You can tell I'm really good at Dutch.
Did you do this when you grew up? Like when you read people's names?
Did I slaughter them on purpose?
Every time you read a name, you always have to make it different.
Brennan.
Than it is. Yeah.
William.
Did you do that growing up? You're when you would have to grade a paper or something. He's like,
"Oh, I want to add emphasis so that people's minds can switch to the different player we're talking about."
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay, so he's 29. He's 6'2". He's going to be tall, and he's playing midfield primarily. 183 pounds, so he's no lightweight, which I'm sure Brandt's going to love.
Yeah, we haven't even got to that part about
Just don't pull away from him.
Are we still talking about maturity, or what are we talking about?
He's from the Netherlands. He is a good player. So, okay, so 27, 29. And then the other signing, the big one is Morgan, and he's 27 as well. And Sergey's a young kid. Where's the other one? Oh, the new guy. What's his name? That hasn't officially signed yet. Sanabria. He's right in that 25 to 26 area, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we got older.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We got more experienced. So will that translate into better results this year? What do you think? Based on these players, what we see and what we know. Obviously, we don't have any MLS play to judge them by yet. But based upon that, we should have 4 or 5 very experienced players to lead this team.
That's a good point. When I think of something that we lacked, it wasn't necessarily the 11 that are on the field. We don't need 5 or 6 that are all, veterans or have that poise, that leadership quality. It's honestly, we need somebody smart as a number 10, somebody who can adapt the best and set the standard in the attack. And then we need one of the pivots, or I guess, like Ojeda. We need somebody in that position that can verbalize and maintain a certain emotion through all these other things that happen, like the waves, the anger, should we be mad at this guy? Should we tackle this guy, or should we just let it go?
Mm-hmm.
We only really need 2 positions to be that veteran or that emotion controller. And hopefully this Stein guy brings that quality, because if you're looking at age, I don't really think Pablo brought that expertise or that experience to where he can help control a game. Noel is 25. You would expect him to have more experience, but he hasn't really been on big teams for very long. And then you look at Morgan Giavogi that's coming in. He's 27, but he doesn't look like he has that mentality of a veteran coming in that's confident, or confident in what he does, on and off the field, like how he carries himself. So we need that maturity from 2 players realistically. And we got somebody in goal who is probably the best you can ask for. Like you can't,
Since Nick Rimando, there's been no one even close.
Well, I think he goes past Nick Rimando, because Nick Rimando, he was incredible. He wasn't very tall, but he could get up to the corner still. Like he was a threat. But Rafa has an aura. Like when he walks through a hallway or when he goes to a press or anything, he has something that just makes people want to follow, or that just makes them more comfortable being
like
around him.
On and off the field.
Yeah,
both. Yeah.
and I don't think Nick Rimando had that. And so I think Rafa is just this brilliant, brilliant signing. But like I said, so that's 3 key positions that we just need that aura, I guess.
And I just want to mention, and there's probably people that were yelling at the podcast while we were talking about certain players. I just want to say Barajas.
Oh, Fidel.
Barajas.
Fidel
It
Barajas.
popped in my head.
Dude.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
was
for
thinking
those.
Vargas and stuff. I'm like, it's not
Lefty,
Vargas.
yeah.
Thank you for those that were probably yelling at us when.
Oh, yeah, Fidel.
If you're yelling at us, yeah, it came to me.
Yeah.
But I think Brennan makes a good point, and also before I forget, a couple other players that have maybe stepping up that were having good preseasons. A lot of great things. Dominic Markchuk.
Oh, I was hoping for him.
Yeah,
There have been some good things said about
played
him.
Some bangers.
And Hazarkani.
Yeah, Aiden Hazarkani both.
Yeah, because he's coming from the Monarchs.
Yeah, both those guys are on the up and coming, and like Mark Chuk had a couple of. You remember last year he could only go right,
Because we only allowed him to?
maybe, but he scored a couple bangers, switching to his left and then hitting it near post.
Oh,
he's developed that, and man, he hit a couple and scored a banger in the first game, and it was really just kick it over to him and hope he gets by his guy, and he just got by his guy enough to be able to do it. So if we can do that kind of isolation thing with him and have him get by people either to the end line or back to the middle and have some threat to goal, whoo,
I hate that. No offense, because I
gonna
think that's what I
free up
complained
some
about
stuff.
all of last year, was having somebody just isolated on that right side. I think one thing that's helping him now is the amount of chaotic transition that is happening now that we're changing the formation has given him more freedom to do it. Because when we were locked in that double pivot, the 4-2-3-1, defenders were right behind. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't
right
like
there,
he was one-on-one realistically. He was one-on-one right now with 2 behind. You know?
and that was the way to play us last year.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
I think I was really hoping for this guy to be able to be a better threat in a new formation, because he's a good player. Mm-hmm. I just wanted him to be more useful, you know, not so one trick kind of thing.
To your point, you can't expect Markchuk, Hazarkani, who Pablo is expecting to get MLS minutes. Mm-hmm. He mentioned that in.
Well, he's a DP.
Hazarkani?
No, he's
No,
a young
oh, sorry,
kid.
I thought you said
He's 18.
Marjuk.
He's younger than Gozo.
No, Hazarkani is a Monarchs guy. I think he's going to have trouble.
Well, he's had some great preseason. They were talking. Pablo couldn't say enough good things about him, but I don't know that those are the kind of guys that Brennan's talking about that bring that veteran presence.
No.
And they could.
Gozo. So that's what. Yeah, you bring
Gozo
a point.
could.
Yeah.
Gozo could be.
kinda did that
he does
last
it.
year.
He does it. He does it. So like
In his way. Yeah.
Yeah, Gozo has that that ability to, you know, steady the ship, or, you know, act on the correct feelings. Because you saw him, like when he was playing those last few games, he was getting up in people's faces that deserved it. It wasn't like he was getting too out of sorts. He was getting too aggressive. It was like
And he wasn't losing his head.
No, it
right?
was almost like it was justified. Mm-hmm. And so like I think Gozo, we're gonna lose him immediately. Like he's gonna be gone.
You think?
Like oh dude, there's the only thing keeping him here is probably his girlfriend. Like literally the moment any Premier League, because I think that's where he needs to go. He needs to go straight to Premier League, train, and then see if he can go better. But that guy is literally the jet set to like Thierry Henry type of ability and just level-headedness, man.
Well, and he has that mentality of like, I might not beat you this time, but I'm going to beat you next
Persistent.
time. Yes.
Yes.
And that persistence is hard to teach in soccer.
You can't really.
It's hard to teach it in life too. But,
Yeah, that's
you know,
something that you just
you got to figure
life
it
experiences give to you.
out. Yep.
I absolutely love Gozo, and I think he he'd probably get picked up. I think Aston Villa. There's a couple of Premier League sides that
Atletico was looking at him too.
That are looking at him. They probably pick him up and then loan him out to Championship side or League One, League Two, somewhere. Get him some minutes. But I think he has an incredibly
all before
bright
the age
future.
of 20. That's insane.
Maybe
Right.
we have to find out. He might be the first Utah.
Premier League player? Oh, yeah.
That would be fantastic.
That'd be really cool. Really
So-
cool. Sky's the limit on this kid. I'd love to see him get a couple goals in the first couple games, too, to kind of just like, yep, last year was no fluke.
No,
I don't know
yeah,
if
he
he
really
goes.
needs to cement himself this season, especially the first wave, because everybody's watching him right now. Same with Luna.
Yep.
Luna's definitely gotta make something happen, because he was once again kind of in that roller coaster of like not doing so great, doing okay, kind of not.
Yeah, like that game against San Diego that I went and saw, and Vera got knocked out. Luna had 2 banger goals. He was the best player on the field that day. And San Diego was one of the best teams in the league, come to find out, right? And then he couldn't do anything against, Toronto, And you're like, dude, come on.
Well, that's also growth. It's also maturity, and it's also teams understanding that RSL is very bad when it comes to offensive side last season. And how do you stop them?
And so young.
You just throw a couple of people around their best player, and then you just throw one around their designated player, and he just kind of goes away. So I think a lot of that with Diego was that teams just all they had to do was
Key on him.
and nobody else was there to pick up the slack. So let me ask you this question. We talked about last year, the players that left, and now the players that come in. How confident are you that this club is better than last year? Or are you confident that this roster is going to be better than last year? Because some of the pundits, I listened to a podcast that I think Tom Bogert was on, and they did over-under on all the clubs, and they put RSL's points at 39.5, and all 3 of them picked under.
Well,
39.
we got 41 last year. Right?
Yeah.
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 And they're
With a crap DP and 2 young kids playing a lot of attack.
We were. It did feel like we were playing with 10.5 men. It didn't really feel like we
that
were
was
starting
generous.
out there.
That was generous.
Yeah. And I was literally, because when you were talking, I was like literally thinking about, because you said Diogo, and I was like, dude, it was literally like we were playing with like half a guy.
Yeah, on defense especially.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. But you think about our style of last season and how we wanted Cabral to step in and we moved people up. Mm-hmm. And it was like we were burning out our fullbacks.
Our left wing.
Our left wing so much. It's like if the way it's looking right now, way he's setting it up and he's making it more about like being okay with transition, being okay with 3 in the back full time, making it so people don't have to run back and forth so much, saving legs, and now we're bringing in hopefully a better attacking identity. I think that this season is already looking to be a huge step up from the previous season, even with before we thought Chicho was leaving. I still think the direction we're going right now is better than when we had Chicho after that last season. Just because we were really just a one-trick pony with Chicho, and if we didn't have Chicho, there was no trick or treat. It was just awful.
And he got figured out.
Yeah, and so
and Gomez left.
Yeah.
and Gomez left, but I
Which
was
was
never
his
really a
other
fan of Gomez, no offense.
Well, and now Chicho's out of the league. Did you see that?
Dude, all of San Diego's out of the league. Did you see that? Their 4 main players are all gone now.
Really?
Yeah.
Even Anders Dreyer?
Dude, Anders Dreyer and what's his bucket are the only DPs. Werner. Is it Werner that signed with San Diego?
No,
he
San
signed
Jose.
with San Jose. He took
who's-
Arango's place. Chicho's. So you think of that, like San Jose was desperate last year, so they took Chicho,
And
figured out he was a bit of a problem, and then they signed Timo Werner from the friggin' that guy's gonna tear us up.
From Red Bulls?
I hope we do okay against that guy. But I'm excited to see him. Like that's one of those signings for me that's like
Cool. I'd love to see him in the league.
right. Like, did you see the other couple signings coming in this week?
Oh,
Rodriguez.
Thomas Rodriguez
Minnesota.
signed with Minnesota.
did you guys see his jersey though? Did they
No.
have that jersey last year?
Which one?
I haven't seen it.
Minnesota? Oh, you guys didn't see it? I'm gonna pull it up for you guys.
All right.
It looked amazing.
Anyway, Hummus to Minnesota, which I guess they've been having problems trying to get people in there with their political stuff going on that we
Well,
won't get into.
Yeah, we shouldn't. Yeah. Well, just generally across the nation, I'm surprised that some players would choose to come to the United States at the moment because it is an issue that.
If nothing else, it's a PR issue.
Yeah, and if if I'm going to a place that doesn't like bald guys, I might not go.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I can see where players from Spanish speakers or would see what's going on and say, hey, you know what, maybe I'll wait. Well, we saw it with RSL with Natum Onuha. He kind of that's nice.
Isn't it?
He one of the reasons they had the Black Lives Matter and that uppress. That was one of the reasons he chose to kind of head back to England is because he didn't feel comfortable. So I totally get it, but
It's got the stripe kind of in the middle with the cloud.
Yeah, did you see it closer up?
ooh, I like it. Yeah.
They didn't have that last year, did they?
No, that's their new kit. So, yeah.
So
Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's good. Minnesota said they were having trouble, though, with that.
So good for him for having the courage to go in there, and I think that's we'll see how he's done. If some of those players that kind of reach the end of their career in the bigger leagues, they come here and they get rejuvenated, and they can really
Play.
and have an
sometimes
impact.
they come and they just suck rocks because they think it's a retirement league.
Yeah, Shaqiri and maybe one of the worst
That was a terrible
DP signings ever in Major League Soccer. Then he goes back to Switzerland
And tears it up.
and it's just like, well, how bad is Switzerland, or how bad were you just catching checks, Diogo Shaqiri?
Yeah. In Chicago.
So one of the things too that was really interesting, Pablo, he didn't seem happy after the last game, but asking him where they need to improve, he says there's still a lot of work to be done, but he's really concerned with the goals that they've given up in the preseason. They've given up 5, and 4 of them, he said, they're pretty much tap-ins because we missed our assignments and we weren't.
Yeah.
They never should have happened.
Did you see the one against, was it Bromby they played first? The first game. Was it Bromby or the other team?
The Randers?
Randers. Yeah, they played Randers. And this dude gets the ball in the box and he cuts back on Phillip, and Phillip just basically fell over. And and what's his name? Number 3. No, number 3. Kobe. Kobe could have lunged in and didn't. And he just took a touch and he was stranded. Like, of course, he passed it right past Idaho. But, like, Kobe should have, But I think it was just like, it's preseason. But if you have that mentality, you're never going to get first-team minutes. Because if everything is just preseason in your mind, like, that's the only reason I ever played for the high school is because I was a freaking wrecking ball, man. I just went all out all the time in practice on the guys that were way better than me because I knew if I didn't go all out, they were going to destroy me. So I had to go hard all the time. And they know that. That's part of that mentality of a professional soccer player. But, like, man, it looked on that play like they were like, both of them.
Well, the guy kind of...
Like,
I remember that play because he really sat down Quentin.
yeah.
And then he also juked Stoudehar, and it was just like
both of them.
Yeah,
but,
it was bad.
You don't want
But
to
it
put
was
your
the first
keeper
game.
in one-on-one situations either. So I blame both defenders. But
So that kind of raised some concerns, in me is like, you know what? If they're not happy with the defense this far into preseason, and that's still an issue, then
Well, and both those two guys are the center behind Glad. And if we're not super confident in either one of them, that's what worries me right now.
and we'll have to see how it goes on the other end. Not tearing it up, not scoring a ton of goals in the preseason either.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how much we've improved. We also have new coaching. We lost a couple of coaches,
Dude,
and
we
so
didn't even do the coaching.
that is not good for development.
and and then if you look at, we've talked about it before, the first 15 games, it's a gauntlet. It might be 5 games before we get a point, because I think it's Vancouver, Seattle, Atlanta, and then somebody else, and then Kansas City. Kansas City's like the 5th game. That might be the first. And Atlanta's going to be better. San Diego may or may not be better. They could have a drop off. Kansas City, I don't even know if they have enough players on the roster yet. They had 19 like a week ago.
Yep, they've been struggling.
But the
They got a
Galaxy
new
is going to be
coach.
better. So
New mentality, so they want to bring in their players and get things going their way. But yeah, I mean, a lot of Vancouver's the same, right? They brought back most of their team, so I am a little worried about the first game of the
White
season.
is still on their team?
Yeah,
I thought they were going to trade him.
we tried to sign him last year.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, we almost got him
Yeah, that was White.
and I think Gall just got injured.
again.
Oh, really?
Really? Because he just got back from injury.
Yeah, I think he might have got injured again.
That sucks.
So Vancouver, that first game. So I think it's going to be interesting. I know my first prediction was 7-1 RSL, and I'm going to stick with that. In previous podcasts,
Wow.
why not? I'm going to be overly optimistic that we are going to dominate the Whitecaps, because they're worried about they could be the Major League Soccer is having some issues with BC Place, trying to get a better deal for Vancouver, because they aren't getting. They rent the place, and they're not getting
Anything?
in a lot of the cut that a lot of the teams are
Oh, yeah.
in concessions and stuff. So that's going to be in the back of their heads. They're just be so totally distracted because their club isn't getting, all the revenue from the poutine that they deserve. So,
Wow.
So yeah, that's why I think.
Poutine revenue, huh?
Yeah, it's
Canadian jokes.
yeah.
Van Parker.
What's next? Maple syrup jokes?
So yeah, at the moment I was more confident before the post game this last Saturday. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, man, it could be right. It could be tough start to this season, especially when Pablo's already thrown out. Well, 5 of our best guys probably won't be starting, and because of being limited minutes and at this.
He's already making excuses, huh?
Yeah, and just like, where have we heard
Uh-oh.
that before? So
That's not good.
we will.
Well, hopefully the guys you give the opportunity to step up and live there and make a home and find a spot like Noel did and is doing,
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just have to keep. It's a brand new season. We'll just have to keep a positive outlook.
Yeah.
Let's try.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to live and die by the outcome. You
Then
know?
next week we're going to do our predictions, right?
Yep.
Yep. Predictions.
I'm gonna guess this year no one is picking RSL to win the MLS Cup.
No, I still think I got it. I think they got it. I'll put it up there. Laugh at me now. Laugh at me now.
Okay. We'll laugh now and at the end of the season when we don't win it. But, we'll laugh with you if they do.
So yeah, next week we will do all of our predictions, and we will leave them up just like we did last year, so you can see how well or not so well we did in predicting how RSL is going to lift that MLS Cup next year.
I'm really interested to see who wins the Golden Boot on the team this year, because there's quite a few possibilities,
Oh, I know.
and you can't pick someone that's not on the team again, Brennan. The
Well, I
DP
was
striker
right.
we haven't signed yet. You can't do that.
Well, because it was like none of these guys are going to be doing it. You know what I mean?
I know,
I had some
but this
pretty
year you
solid
can't do
confidence.
that. That's what I'm saying.
No, honestly, I would put Olatunji up there, man.
Yeah,
I think-
and Morgan,
Oh, dude.
and then maybe Sergey comes on and starts scoring some goals. I mean,
Will an RSL striker have
Mark
double
Juke?
digits?
Oh, dude, I bet you
Mark
Olatunji.
Gozo.
I think
Luna?
Gozo, Luna, and Olatunji are going to have at least more than 5 goals this season.
It's a lot, man.
sure.
There's a lot of potential talent there. Yeah, and we didn't even talk about like Marco Zambrano, who came in late last year. Piola's still around. We still keep.
Still trying to get that bicycle kick, man.
You know,
Just got to get a couple goals. We still have Jesus Barea, who Pablo loves, but he can't seem to do anything with the first team.
He can't adjust to the different quality of MLS to USL.
Right? And then we talked about Tyler Wolf a little bit. Sergey. Diego Rocio is still on the team. They were new to the team. Omar Marquez. He's the little guy. And then that's everybody. Right?
well, and the interesting thing is some of those players I haven't heard a peep about in preseason.
Right. Some of them aren't even training with RSL in preseason.
Well, and some you haven't heard their name in the post game. Like, hey, who stood out? You know, Hezerkani stood out, Gozo stood out, Mark Juke stood out, but you know who hasn't come up? Piol hasn't come up.
Well, I think he just got here, right?
Well, he ended up in Portugal.
Oh, he did.
That is true.
He just didn't play.
He finished up with the Australian national team, and then the last game or two he headed over to Portugal. He's going to go to Portugal. He may not. I think he's here,
Yeah.
but you know you just haven't.
Well, he hit the late post game, the post press, preseason
Yeah.
press conference. There's a lot of P's in that. I got a little lost. Sorry.
So there just has been some players that you haven't heard anything about, which you know could be that they're just haven't made it here, like you pointed out, or they haven't had an impact in the preseason, which is
Neither one's good.
neither one is good now.
No, one is worse. But if you haven't been here, you haven't screwed up. But if you haven't been here, you also haven't won your starting spot.
So yeah, so thanks for listening. This has been episode 211.
Whoop, whoop.
As I pointed out, that's a lot.
That is a
A
lot.
lot of episodes, but
It's a
just
lot
a
of you guys
reminder.
putting up with me.
It took
Yeah.
us 200 and some episodes to get a couch.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and it's a nice couch.
Yeah, you got to think. That's like 200 episodes. It's crazy.
Every
It's a new
200
couch.
episodes, we get a couch.
We get a new
We've
couch.
been
I
sitting
love
on
it.
a steel chair for 200 episodes.
Yeah, we have to. You had to earn it. You had to earn it.
I'm just
You
saying.
had to
Yeah,
earn
no
the
wonder
couch.
I had
You don't even
back
sit
problems.
more than an hour in that in Sacrament. So it's like, it's not it. You know?
At least
So
there's
just-
cushiony seats, man.
Yeah.
Just a
there.
reminder, follow us on all our Instagram, TikTok, wherever you get your social media. Subscribe, please. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And join us February 21st, the first game, where RSL, not going to guarantee it, but almost going to guarantee that they're going to beat Vancouver 7-1. Someone is definitely going to win. Take home the new Switchback kit from Real Salt Lake as a giveaway, and we'll have more giveaways at the Break in Murray, 4760 South, 9th East. So we'll see you next week.